Welcome back for another video. In this video, we are going to be going through Chapter 8 tutorial. So, let's just dive right into it. In the beginning of this tutorial, and I'm going to follow along in the book, just because I want to try to keep it somewhat the same as what the book's telling you to do. What it's having you do is actually having you open your part, so from Lesson 7. So I'm going to go ahead and just open that. Now, you don't have to open that. It makes it a little easier. So if you come in and you go to New, and I go to a drawing, hit OK, and when I hit Base, since that's open, it'll automatically assume that I'm going to make a drawing of that part. If not, so let me just show you what would happen if this was not open. Or sometimes there's multiples open and you want a different one. I'd hit Base, and now it has no idea what part I want to use. It's not going to make that guess of some random part in my library. So what you have to do is just click this button, and you have to go find that part. And unfortunately, I can't really... I think I know where I have it, actually. I believe it's under... No, that's not it. This one here is deep. Very deep. Okay, Cam 3... Inventor tutorials, and that would have been 7 tutorial. Okay, so there we go. So you just have to go find it in its location, and then you'll have access to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place... Actually, I'm not even going to place these yet. I'm going to go through some other things. So the next thing it has you do after opening a drawing is it has you changing your styles. So if I go in here, I can go to Manage My Styles Editor. And one of the things it has you doing is changing your view preference. I'm already set to third angle. Also, my dimension scheme, I am already set to 3 decimal places. I'm not sure if it has you change that or not here. Yes, okay, so it does have you change that. I'm just seeing if it makes it set to precision for linear, set to 2. So I guess it doesn't tell you to change it, not that I see here. Yeah, it doesn't specifically tell you to do it. But what I would encourage you to do is, obviously, we're drawing precision parts, so you're probably going to want that to be 3 decimal places, at least as a default. So I encourage you to look at my setting styles, style defaults. It's a separate video on YouTube. Go check that out. I'll show you how to set these so they always will carry over to every drawing that you make, no matter what template you use. So I'm just going to go ahead and save and close out of there. Also, this template that I have, I am going to provide you with this template. It will be on the server. So if we go on the website here, and no, I don't want to change my password yet. Coursework, CAD CAM, coursework. Oh, not coursework. Main page. So what I will do is I will add it, and you will see it under here for handouts. So you have a handout for the template. And I'm going to create a separate video on how to load that template. So just check that video out. After this particular drawing, I will expect you to have it on this template every time. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. So using predefined worksheet formats. All right, so inside the drawing browser window, click on the greater than symbol in front of drawing resources to display the available options. Okay, so drawing resources, and we want to click on sheet formats, and looks like it wants us to pick the C. Right, C IPT5, yes. Click OK. Okay, so it's having us select this one, which is basically a default sheet, right? So it's not the exact one that I want to use. I actually want to use this Stevens sheet. So I'm going to delete this one off. I'm just kind of showing you how that was done. So that's what they have you doing for this tutorial. That's fine. for this tutorial, but in the future I would like you to use this sheet format. So you'll have to go to YouTube, watch that video, download the template, and install that template, or this template here. Alright, so let's go ahead and create this. So it's going through some of these things. So I'm gonna actually show you how you can edit this sheet. So right now this is an A size sheet, which means it's 8.5 by 11. But we can actually change that by right-clicking on here and edit sheet. And I can change this to a C size sheet as it's asking for you to do. I can change it to portrait. I can change all that stuff here. So I can hit OK, and now we have a C size sheet. So if we're going to use a C size sheet, that's fine. Let's go ahead and add our base view. I'm just going to add my base, and it's less than 7. All right, so one of the things I can do is I can actually change my base view. So right now you can see I'm getting a top view of this. My base view, I can just change it by rotating this little block. And you can also see that I don't have my circle on like I do on my part. We're going to work through this, and I'll show you how you can change that automatically. Okay, so we're going to set that view, and it has you click OK, and then it has you doing projected views. If you want to, you can actually create all the views right from this base, just like this, and then right-click and hit OK. If not, you can undo these, and then I can hit projected, and I can project them separately, create, and that's a way you can do it as well. So either way works. I usually just create them with the base view. Seems to make a lot more sense to me. And you can move these things around so they fit in the sheet. Probably move that a little closer. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's see here. It has you changing the scale of these. So let's change the scale to 3:4. So that just has you changing that scale. You can see this one automatically changes. The isometrics will not automatically change, so you'll have to go and change those manually if you'd like to. It also has you going in and looking at your display options, so you can get rid of tangent edges or not. I don't like tangent edges on, so I keep it off, and that's what your tutorial has you do as well. Also, if you just kind of worked through this and didn't read the book, you need to go back and read the book because it goes through a lot of useful commands in creating drawings. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on here a little bit. All right, so hit OK, and actually I'm going to change this. So to do that, you're just going to click on this. You're going to highlight this here, like kind of dotted box, and you can move this thing around. Now, anytime you move a base view, it is going to move your projected view as well. So just know that. So I'll move this a little bit, and I'm going to right-click or double-click on that box, and it's going to bring up my changes again. And I'm going to change this back to a 1:1. Just because I'm using a C sheet, so I'm just going to make it a little bigger. That might not be exactly what your tutorial's telling you to do, but that's okay. You follow your tutorial, you're fine. Okay, so the next thing it's showing you is that you can right-click on these, and you can say retrieve, if I can find it here, retrieve model annotations, which basically means whatever dimensions you put on the 3D model, it is going to pull into Autodesk. Or, sorry, the drawing. The whole thing's Autodesk, right? But the problem with that is you can see these are cluttered, and usually you're just throwing these on there. So I don't like to use these. So I'm going to hit cancel. I don't want them. But just wanted to show you, because it's telling you in the tutorial, that is an option. The last thing you want is cluttered drawings. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to skip ahead a little bit here, and I'm just going to apply the dimensions that they show on page 819. Actually, I'm going to go further ahead. So I'm going to do it on page 812 in step 12. I'm actually going to apply those dimensions. So I'm going to go in, and I realize that they have two decimal places. Of course, obviously I have 3 decimal places, and that's fine. So I'm just going to click on this hole, and that's going to give me my 5 inches. It looks like we have a dimension from here to this hole. That's 2.5. And by the way, when I'm creating these, you can see that these kind of snap to a position. You want to use a snap position. You don't want dimensions way out here, some down here, like this, off center. You want to have your dimensions nice and neat. So if you submit a drawing that looks like this, I am going to take a lot of points off because it just shows me that you didn't take your time and you didn't take pride in your work. So you need to make sure that these look nice, neat, that they're not cluttered, they're spaced apart enough like that right there so that they're snapped to position. And even here's okay. Even that's okay. It's a little tight for me. I actually prefer it like that. I think that looks a little nicer. So just make sure you take your time to make your dimensions look nice. And we're going to put a 1-inch radius right there. 1/2 inch diameter. And I'm actually just going to click on this, and I'm going to say 2x. And I'm doing a little different than they do in the book. I'm not dimensioning this one, but I'm also applying a 2 times here so you know that these are both the same. And they didn't do that in the book, and that's really not proper what they did in the book because you don't know. You're making an assumption that that's the same. Now there's no assumption. You know for sure. So you want to take any guesswork out of this as much as possible. So my 2.5, bring it right there, and I think I got all of my dimensions on there. Next, I want to add my radii down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this quick. I'm going to hit File, Save, and I'm going to save this as Lesson Tutorial 7. Oh boy, we need to go back into my Stevens curriculum for... Oh man, I really made a mess of things now. There it is. Tutorials. And this is going to be 8. So Inventor Lesson 8 tutorial. Save. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Lesson 7 tutorial, which is the drawing that I am taking. And I'm going to unsuppress this, and I'm going to resuppress this, and I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to go down to my drawing, and you can see my drawing automatically updates, which is really cool. So that looks good. Now I'm just going to apply my dimensions. So I got my radius, and it looks like I have it. Well, this one here actually is over. It doesn't matter where these are at, but this one's over here. This one's over here. And I also, looks like I have a center mark in the middle of there. So I'm just going to pick my center mark, click that. So now I have a center mark, and that center mark shows there. All right. Next, I'm going to hit my save icon, save. And you can see down here, it is actually showing you how to create some text. So you can add Oregon Institute of Technology in your title block. Well, right here under this stuff, you can see all mine filled in. And that's because my title block that I created, and I'm going to show you how to create a title block in that other video that I've posted into YouTube. The only thing I don't have is a title, and that's because I don't have it saved into my part. So I'm just going to right click and hit iProperties, Summary, Title, and we're going to call this... Now, of course, they put the name of the college, but we already have our college logo there, so it's pretty obvious, you know, what it is. So our title is going to be Tutorial 7, and then drawing number, Inventor Lesson 7 Tutorial. So they're kind of the same thing. Really, this could probably count as the title, but it just gives you another thing to identify it by. Usually the drawing number is actually a number as opposed to a title, but I'm using a title for both. And then, of course, there's a surface treatment option that we could put in there, but there is no surface treatment for this one, and a revision. So basically, that is it. If you did want to edit the title block, what you could do is just double-click, or actually, I think it's this one. Right-click, and hit Edit Sheet. Oh, nope, sorry. Under that sheet, you right-click and hit Edit Definition. That's where you do it. And then you can change any of this stuff. And before you go changing things in this title block, the Stevens title block, just know that these brackets are pulling data from the part. So that just means that these are pulling data from somewhere. But we'll go over that in that video. So that is, I believe, about all for this tutorial. They are doing some modifying dimensions in here that I'm not really going to go through. And yeah, at the end of the day, end of this tutorial, we have all our dimensions. They're shown on the back page, 828, 826, and we're good to go. Just double checking and making sure we have everything we need. Yep, looks pretty good. So yeah, they just go through some other stuff of adding dimensions and adding threads to holes and stuff like that. But we'll go through that here in the future. So let's go ahead and save that. Yes to all. We're going to update it. Okay. And we're good to go. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me during class, or of course you can contact me during my office hours.